Have you ever wondered what is beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxies, beyond the whole universe? Have you ever thought or dreamt of going on the moon? Have you ever thought that it's even possible to go on Mars? Have you ever thought what is above all of these stars? Well, this video is suited for you then. In this video, we are going to be interviewing one of the best astrophysicists in the world and his world-leading laboratory and observatory. So let's get started. So now that we're in the Geneva Observatory, where they study outer space, out of this whole solar system, where we call the planets that are outside of the solar system exoplanets. But what is an exoplanet? An exoplanet is a planet outside of the solar system. And the first exoplanet has been discovered here in this observatory in Geneva in 1995. And this is the count of how many exoplanets have been discovered until this day. 5,300 exoplanets. Wow. So now here in front of us we have the clean room, where the people here at the Geneva Observatory, they use this to make different models, like this one, which is called the espresso. It is used to find different planets. And also, the reason why it's so clean and why we call it the clean room over here is because, like if you had Legos, would you want it to have dust in them? Well, no, because after it would be quite dirty. Same thing with these machines. If you had any small piece of dust in them, then they would not function. So that's why that we have to bring specific clothes, like this coat, for example. This is what they use in the clean room so that they don't have any dust coming on any of these models, because we have dust everywhere. So now here we're in the workshop where we make a bunch of small objects and tools and we carve them out, like these curves here. We carve them out to use them to make big projects, like we saw over there, the espresso. And today we have our host, Mr. Ehrenreich.
Hi, Ethan.
Right. So let's ask him a few questions first. What is the difference of the clean room and the workshop?
So, in the workshop, Ethan, you will create some pieces. You will work the metal to create some pieces that you will use to build your instruments. So when you create the pieces, when you take the metal off the pieces, it generates a lot of dust, etc. So you don't need to be clean. But when you will assemble them in the clean room, you do that there because you do not want that there is any single dust that will fall on your optical pieces, like your mirrors, for instance, because that will ruin your measurement. So for this reason, we need to build things within the clean room.
So, Mr. Ehrenreich, what is this machine for? Why do you have so many objects everywhere and buttons?
So this machine is a kind of a very modern drill where you will drill metal pieces, and you do that in a closed part because, well, it avoids that pieces of metal jump everywhere, and also you use water to cool down the pieces. Otherwise, as they are drilled, the metal against the metal generates a lot of heat, so you have to cool it. And so to not make a mess, you have to put everything under under such a panel, and it's all managed by a computer, so you don't have to. You just launch a program, and the pieces is you get it out shaped as you
And
intended.
the water's coming from there, right?
Sorry.
The water's coming from there, or
Yes.
So now we're in the operations center of another satellite that we call the CHOPS. And like most of the satellites, it has a list of stars and a specific time for each of these stars. And then each time, it's like when you have a playlist of musics, each time it continues with the next music when it's done with the other one. And same thing with the satellite. It's going around the Earth, over there. It's going around the Earth. And each time, there's a predicted time when there's a star coming, then it photographs it to look at it each time. And this is a chart of all of the satellites in the solar system. Not only there are satellites around the Earth, but there are many satellites everywhere around Jupiter, around Neptune, Pluto, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Earth. But except we can't use these satellites to make them go around exoplanets because they are way too far away from the solar system. Here we have the model for the CHOPS satellite that we send in outer space to detect any exoplanet. The difference between the Espresso and the CHOPS satellite is that the Espresso satellite only measures the mass of the planet, the weight of it, and the CHOPS measures the size, the diameter. So at the time before that we had all of these complex models and tools, we used these old models, like this big optical thing here that we use as a telescope to look up in the sky. And also we also use these. And as you can see, there are many other. As you know, all of these projects cost a lot of money. For example, the Espresso cost 23 million euros. So feel free to donate this money to help all of the scientists to be able to get better tools, materials, so that we can excel and be able to research more.